Hello, my name is Dongchan Lee. I'm an innovator of various kinds. Probably you may have received the web link for this video because I'm trying to establish the collaboration with many governments at the national level or state level, perhaps regional level or city level, or you may work or you are perhaps a representative of school, middle school, high school, or university levels, whatever they may be. At least one of the topic I'm going to talk about, perhaps two or three, perhaps all of them, may be relevant to you directly or indirectly. So I may speak perhaps about 5, 10, 15 minutes. So give a shot and take a look at how things go. I'm an innovator of various sorts. So originally my education background is mathematics and physics, but I have a kind of a knack to accelerate the learning of mathematics or physical science or languages of all sorts. I'm not a professional of languages, but I'm a hyperglot, I guess. I speak more than 11 languages, I guess that's the definition of a hyperglot. I speak about 15 languages on spot without any rehearsal at all. Right now, perhaps about 13 languages or something. I almost never studied languages, but for some reason I happen to pick up to speak new languages very fast. Concrete example, about a few years ago, how long ago? 2.5 or 3.5 years ago, I had a personal experiment to learn to speak 10 new languages simultaneously in 10 days. Yes, 10 new languages in 10 days. About 3-4 of them, at least for the Western European standard, normally considered the most difficult languages in the world, including the Russian, Chinese, Mandarin, Arabic, etc. No? So these languages are normally about taking, if you compare to the Western European languages, you are learning other Western European languages, they are about 4 to 5 times more time to study in general. So about 4 times harder to learn to speak, let's say. So although it was 10 languages in 10 days, in actuality it was roughly equivalent to about 30, 35, at least 25, let's say 30 languages, 30 Western European languages in 10 days. Is it possible? As far as I'm concerned, before I tried this experiment, I've never even heard anything remotely close to this kind of speed and efficiency, but I managed to speak most of them. Not to speak fluidly or perfectly or anything, nothing even close to that. Making a lot of errors, grammatical errors, pronunciation may not be good. In case of my Chinese, my intonation was disastrous, I admit, but basically I could speak more or less 10 languages in 10 days. So why am I talking about this? So again, my background is math and physics, and originally about 5-10 years ago, I ran the pilot study, 2 countries, 10 schools in the 2 different types of thing. And I had the knack to make average students learn mathematics impossibly fast. How fast? 20, 30, 40, 50 times faster than usual. Roughly speaking, at least about 30 times faster than usual. Let's say it doesn't matter wherever you are from Germany, France, or Spain, or Mexico, or Guatemala, or whatever your country may be. In compared to normally what your students normally learn about 1 month, let's say 30 days, in my pilot study, my students learn the mathematics from let's say 3rd or 4th grade primarily all the way to the high school 2nd, 3rd year range, basically 9-10 year range, whatever they could have been. They basically learn normally what takes 30-40 days of materials in just 1 class with me in the 30-40 minutes. So there were exams before and there was exam after my pilot study, and basically my students got the basically result of what they normally take 30-40 days of the classes basically done in the like this. Is it possible? Well, 10 schools participated, total about 1,300, 400 students participated. Basically, that's what it was. So the first one was like a little bit more than 1,000 students, I believe, about 8 schools total, both public, private schools, including the quite good ones, etc. Basically, more or less, that was the situation. So normally, most people think this is kind of thing is absolutely impossible. That's basically what happened. So, but I had a lot of betrayers from the Ministry of Education here and there, or school directors from both public and private school. Happened again and again. I got so tired of it. So later on, about a few years after the first pilot study, which was called the USL, I ran something much easier. Let's say 10, 20 times slower. So what I ran was a mini USL. MMU. So during the mini USL, only the 2 private schools participated. One of them was the best private school in the entire state of Sonora state of Guatemala, for example. So when I run this kind of thing, the second one was for each of the participating classes, their math teacher took the best half, top half of the students. I took the worst half of the students, 1 or 2 weeks operation. After 1 or 2 weeks later, the average of the worst half I took become the roughly average of the second half. So like the average of the student I took was like 25 percentile average, and 1-2 weeks later they become about 75 percentile, averaging roughly about the 1.4 standard deviation going up. Is it possible? 1.4 standard deviation jumping up. But that's what happened. And that is one thing. My math background, and also when I have to after this first part of the video, I'm going to continue with the second part. But at least this is basically my capability. And I'm not for the mathematics, the mental computation, mental multiplication, let's say, 2 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits, 5 digits, 6 digits, 7 digits, up to millions, multiply millions in my head. Not very fast, but basically quite often made mistakes, but more or less I could calculate, multiply up to millions by millions, 6, 7 digits, multiply 6, 7 digits in my head calculation. I'm not a professional of any of this kind, but this kind of thing I had some kind of knack of it, and in this way I'm already speaking about 8 minutes. So I'm probably soliciting you. Probably you are receiving at the national level or state level or mega capital city level of the United States, so probably Australia or New Zealand or Ireland, etc., English-speaking country. And this is my background, and I'm aware of at least over the past 20-25 years, PISA, for example, PISA math score. I call it personally math stagnation nations. Every single one of these countries, perhaps a minor exception of the United Kingdom and Ireland, all the rest, basically your average math has been going down the hill, equal or got worse over the past 20-25 years. And my proposal to you is, and if you doubt about what I'm just saying, check over the past 20-25 years PISA average math score, and the situation has been overall getting worse for vast majority of these countries, got worse, or at most equal level, or basically got worse. And at the current rate of the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years to get better, chances are close to 0. And again, you can check you don't have to believe me, you can check all those PISA math average score. And the other thing that I want to talk about is my background is, again, my education was in math and physics, and I happened to learn to speak languages very fast. Again, 10 languages in 10 days, including 3-4 most difficult languages. And I'm not I'm not a linguist. I'm not interested in learning languages. I'm not interested in. Originally, I had only motivation for the English. That's about it. But when I picked up the Spanish the first time to learn to speak Spanish, basically in 10 hours I could speak. And then several years later or so, I pick up the basically French and Portuguese simultaneously, a few days, 2.5 days or so, something like that. Basically French in about 14-15 hours I could speak a survival level. Portuguese 7-8 hours. That was about it. Encouraging. If I do it now, French probably 6-7-8 hours will be, and Portuguese is not 7-8 hours. Basically 3-4-5 hours maximum. And this is the kind of thing that people cannot believe even possible. Again, make a lot of error, pronunciation may be not good, intonation may not be good, but I basically could speak them at least a survival level. Meaning, I have 3 different types of definition of survival level of speaking these languages. One of definition is my aim is to end the global. My ambition is to end the global math poverty. So math poverty to end it. Other people, nobody can do it. I know for sure. So basically what I intended to show was there is no other choice. I had to force myself to learn to speak at least a survival level of these languages to end the math poverty of at least all the major languages. And basically that is that. Right now it's about 12 minutes, so I guess I have to pause this and move to the part 2. So please listen to it. In the first part, I basically told you I have a crazy background of strange math ability to a certain extent, and I make everybody math 30, 40, 50 times, at least 20, 30, 40, 50 times faster than normally possible. And the language I can learn extremely fast, as I told you before. For me, Western European languages, 5-10 hours I basically can speak another language at least at the survival level. And then I run the pilot personally to make in Guatemala and Mexico 10 participants to make them learn to speak far faster than they can speak English possible. At least English I tried. I'm a native Korean, so over the past 5 years, Korean language has been explosively popular globally. So and a lot of your country, you're beginning to realize you need to a lot of younger teenagers in 20s more and more want to learn to speak Korean, but learn to speak Korean for the Western European language speaker, it takes a much lower, about 4 to 5 times harder than learning speak French, English, Italian, Portuguese, this kind of Western European, typical popular Western European languages. So basically, I have this kind of crazy ability, and perhaps if you want to collaborate with me to end the math poverty, English speaking poverty, Korean speaking poverty, etc., other one, welcome. So basically, I'm going to pause it here as a part 1. I'm going to start with part 2 soon. Thank you very much. See you soon.